I have not watched what we call down here wrestling in at least 20 years. Okay, but when I was little, I loved that shit. Yes, I did. But the shit that I'm reading about now, about Vince McMahon, these allegations, Vince McMahon is a nasty boy. He's a nasty, fuck that. He's a sexual predator. That's what he is. That's what he is. That's what, if these allegations are true, and from all the shit I'm seeing, it seems like this motherfucker was hiding in plain sight. My God. So I'm going to give y'all as much of the detail as I can without fucking up my money. Okay? Because there are some details. But I'm going to read to you and share with you what I can. All right, but before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy First, and this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button to put all your people on it. Yes, y'all. Vince McMahon, who was the man running WWE, formerly WWF. He's now being accused of sex trafficking and sexual assault. Now, when people hear sex trafficking, you're thinking that he bringing these girls from all around the country, snatching up people and doing that kind of stuff. Sex trafficking, y'all, is more than just that. Okay. And so I'm gonna give y'all an example based on what he's alleged to have done. It's too much for me to just explain. I'm just gonna read the article to you as it was laid out by Bleacher Report. All right, and this was written by a Mike Chiari. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, okay? And this was released on January 25th. All right, and I'm recording on January 28th. I'm trying to read it to y'all verbatim. It's a lot of shit in here. But let's get into it. It reads, former WWE staffer Janelle Grant filed a lawsuit Thursday in which she alleged that longtime WWE chairman and CEO Vince McMahon sexually abused her and sex trafficked her to others within the company. According to Khadijah Safdar, hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, of the Wall Street Journal, Grant signed a non-disclosure agreement in 2022 under which she agreed to remain silent about her allegations and her relationship with McMahon in exchange for $3 million. Grant alleges in her lawsuit that payment stopped after an initial $1 million payment, so she is seeking to void the agreement and is suing for unspecified damages. Let's stop right there. First of all, queens, ladies, and any gentleman that fuck shit like this happens to, stop taking the money. Stop taking the money from these fucking monsters. Stop it. Your dignity is worth more than this money, man. It is. Your dignity is worth more than this money. Stop. That's a lot of money. $3 million. Okay? There's a lot of money. But it's a lot of shit that this motherfucker Vince allegedly did. $3 million ain't worth that shit. $3 million is not worth your dignity. So we got to stop this bullshit. Okay? And so all the OGs out there, make sure you're raising your children up with that shit in mind. Okay? Don't put no motherfucking price tag on your dignity. You understand? Don't do it. But let's keep going. Additionally, Grant alleges in the lawsuit that McMahon had her create personalized sexual content for a WWE superstar that he was trying to re-sign. Per Safdar, The suit didn't name the professional wrestler, but described him as both a UFC fighter and WWE talent. People familiar with the matter identified the wrestler as Brock Lesnar, one of WWE's biggest names. In the lawsuit, which names WWE McMahon and former WWE head of talent relations John Laurinaitis as defendants, Grant alleges that McMahon pressured her into sexual situations and degraded her in exchange for giving her a job at WWE as administrative coordinator in WWE's legal department after meeting her in 2019. Now, I've read some other shit that says that there were other gifts involved as well, cars, luxury shit, all kinds of stuff like that. That was another source that said that. I think the New York Post that was I was reading, which I don't really fuck with the New York Post, but some people do. All right, Grant states in the lawsuit that in June 2021, McMahon and another executive locked her in her office and took turns sexually assaulting her. She also alleged that days later, McMahon locked her in his private room and forced himself on her. McMahon allegedly sent explicit text messages to Grant and to other people within WWE about Grant, and Grant provided screenshots as part of the lawsuit. I've read those screenshots. I can't read that shit on here. And y'all know I'm the realest, okay? I pride myself in being unfiltered and being who I am and saying what the fuck I want to say. The shit in them text messages so goddamn left field. I don't feel comfortable reading this shit on here. I don't. I do not. If I remember, maybe I'll provide y'all a link to them and y'all can, look at it your goddamn self. Some wild shit. Wild shit. This man Vince got some issues, allegedly. To quote, I'm sounding like that Queen Timona now. But She Loves Thee. Shout out to the Queen. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. This man allegedly a wild ass motherfucker, dog. Shit. But if I remember, I'll put that link up there. They talk about a little bit of it. In one text, McMahon allegedly wrote to Grant, "I'm the only one who owns you and controls who I want to F you." McMahon allegedly sent explicit photos of Grant to other people in WWE. And when others at WWE expressed interest in having sex with Grant after seeing photos on his phone, McMahon allegedly texted, "She may scream," and try to say no. God damn. Although it would be difficult to say anything with a C down her throat. And the C, they were saying with a cock down her throat. Lord have mercy. Man, what the fuck? Let me keep going. Grant alleged that McMahon told her on multiple occasions to go to Laurinaitis' hotel rooms and have sex with him before work days. Regarding Lesnar, Grant alleged that after he signed a new contract, McMahon allegedly texted Grant that part of the deal was fucking you. I read those texts. That was in there. McMahon allegedly gave Lesnar Grant's cell phone number, and Lesnar allegedly asked her to send a video of herself urinating. Sound like Lesnar a wild boy too. What the fuck is going on over there? Lesnar, who is married to former WWE star Sable, allegedly told Grant he wanted to set a play date in December 2021, but a snowstorm canceled plans. Grant said in the lawsuit that McMahon pressured her to sign a non-disclosure agreement in January 2022 when his wife Linda McMahon became aware of their relationship. You know, Linda McMahon used to be in the Trump administration. Lord have mercy. In July 2022, McMahon retired from WWE after it was reported that he paid multiple women $14.6 million to remain silent about sexual encounters with him and the allegations of sexual misconduct. A WWE Board of Directors investigation found that McMahon improperly failed to report the payments as business expenses, and he was required to repay the company for the cost of the investigation. Grant alleges that WWE tried to minimize her allegations of sexual assault by making the investigation more about the payments and how they were reported. McMahon returned to look at this shit now. McMahon returned to WWE in January 2023 and helped orchestrate a sale of the company to Endeavor Group Holdings, which also owns the UFC. WWE and the UFC have since merged into a company called TKO Group Holdings, and McMahon is the executive chairman. On Tuesday, the 78-year-old McMahon was present at the New York Stock Exchange. This was just this motherfucking past Tuesday. He was present at the New York Stock Exchange as part of the TKO contingent after it was announced that WWE had reached a reported 10-year, $5 billion deal for Raw to air on Netflix beginning in 2025. Oh, none of McMahon, Laurinaitis, or Lesnar have commented on the allegations, but McMahon's lawyer, Jerry McDevitt, said in 2022 that McMahon had a consensual relationship with Grant, who hadn't yet been named at the time. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, goddammit. I knew this some bitch was racist. Okay, we've had numerous people come out and let that truth be told. You feel me? Folks that know him, know the goings on of the company, they come out and say shit like that. We've heard wrestlers even come out and say shit like that. I remember Mark Henry doing an interview, might have been a Vlad interview or something. And he talked about how they tried to make him do a racist type character. We've seen other folks do that, and we got common goddamn sense. Again, I told you I ain't watched in 20 years. But when you're growing up, you don't know shit about all the racial stereotypes. Your parents tell you about the N-word and shit like that. But you don't. It's certain shit you don't see, so you don't understand that when he got the Iron Sheik going against Sergeant Slaughter, that they plan to, racist shit. You know what I'm talking about? You don't understand when they got the Nation of Domination up there, and we know what that shit is meaning, or when they got who the hell? What was that? The Godfather? They come out there talking about pimping hoes and had these racist stereotypes of him being a pimp and shit like that. Like, you don't really, get the implications of all that type of shit when you're a child. And when you grow up and you learn better, you do better. You understand? And that ain't even the reason I gave it up. I think I just stopped watching it once I really, really, really realized this shit fake as a motherfucker, man. And I ain't got time for this shit. But growing up and learning history, and I guess some would call me radicalized, but fuck that. I would call that gaining some sense. I'm like, man, nah, fuck that shit. You know what I'm talking about? So I knew that part, but I didn't know the motherfucker was also a rapist. I didn't know that. I didn't know that some of these storylines over there, since I didn't stop watching, then went left. Like, it then came across my timeline now that I've been, researching this story. Shit, where his own daughter, Stephanie McMahon, talking about her dad, and she on camera saying this, her daddy wanted her, as a part of a storyline, to act like she was having a baby by him. What the fuck? And she was like, no, that was the only time that she had to tell her dad no. You know what I'm talking about? And then he was like, well, if not him, then make it the storyline, the baby's by Shane, her brother. What the fuck? What the fuck? And then I see somebody put out a video from another promo where she engaged in this one. Well, in the shit, she was talking about, yeah, Dad. And she was just mad and going off on him. And then she said, and I remember when you had me go out with your business associates and you would promise them things that I would do. And I did them, Dad, and I was only 17 years old. What the fuck are we talking about? What kind of storyline is that? Who the fuck writes some shit like that? Who the fuck sits up there and wants to play this shit out with their child? This ain't even no move. Like, this is really your child. And I hope this shit didn't happen in real life, but shit, the way it looking, and given the fact that, you know, his daughter is with Triple H, and Triple H was top talent, man, might have pimped this child out to Triple H, man. God, woo! Boy! It's too much. It's too much, man. It's too much shit going on right now. I need y'all motherfucker calm down, Jay. I guess this shit been going on for years and years and years, but the revelation hidden in the midst of all this other stuff going on. God damn, what the? And wait till y'all read them text messages. Wait till y'all read them text messages, bruh. I'll give you one piece. This motherfucker Vince McMahon has a fantasy about black men. Yes, he does. Not like men and white men got, for some fucking reason. Shit's weird. Weird. But he got this fantasy where he wanted to see this woman in the lawsuit getting fucked by 3 black men. And, you know, in every available hole. He wanted to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he described some of the things he wanted to see occur. I'm not finna fuck up my money by telling y'all all the details. You can read it. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I don't know, y'all. It's wild. I wonder what's gonna happen with WWE. Are people gonna cancel WWE? You know, like motherfuckers try to say we gotta stop listening to R. Kelly because he's a nasty boy. Are folks gonna stop watching WWE because this piece of shit is a nasty ass boy, allegedly? Are folks gonna stop listening to Biggie's music because Diddy's a nasty boy? You know, are we just leaving it with with Kelly? You know, maybe motherfuckers come out with a surviving Vince McMahon, maybe some mistake. I don't know. But this motherfucker here is disgusting. Allegedly. Put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.